Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Dance, where we are currently covering the story of the Levite and the Concubine. If you've been tracking with us throughout this week, we are now in chapter 20. The Levite has just sent out the word to all the tribes of Israel, including the Benjaminites, about the terrible act that happened to his concubine. Now, all the tribes of Israel are enraged about what the Benjaminites did. They decide to assemble themselves. They collect together at a place called Mizpah, where they give an oath. This oath that they gave was that they would never allow their daughters to marry any of the men of the Benjaminites. So they make this oath, and not only do they make this oath, they decide to go to war against the Benjaminites.
And they say, we're going to go down to Gibeah, and we are going to handle those specific men. Those men that did this, we are going to handle them. 400,000 of them go to Gibeah. Well, Benjamin also received a message. The tribe of Benjamin also received a piece of the body. They knew what was coming, so they prepared. They knew that all the 11 tribes are going to rally. So all these 11 other tribes, 400,000 of them show up at Gibeah. Gibeah is prepared. They have 26,000 of their own. Think about that mathematically for a second. 400,000, 26,000. Here's the thing though, the Bible is pretty specific. It says that of the 26,000, they have 700 elite left-handed slingers. Apparently these slingers, they're so good, they're so sniper, that they could sling a rock at a hare, a piece of, okay, not like the little four-legged animal that runs around, like what I don't have. They could sling a rock at a hare, a piece of a hare, and not miss. They have some legit 700 snipers. They show up, and the Israelites say to Gibeah, bring out those men. Well, the people of Gibeah said, no, who are you? You have no right to judge our men. We'll judge our own people. You get out of here. And so there's this confrontation, and there's civil war within the church, right? They're all Israelites. 400,000 versus 26,000.
So they go to this war. As they're going to war, the tribes of Israel, they pray for God's guidance. They ask God, do you want us to do this? How do you want us to go about doing this? And God tells them that I want you to go fight against the Benjaminites. There are 3 battles. In the first battle, the Benjaminites actually win. But instead of losing faith, the tribes of Israel decide to go to God again and say, God, do you want us to go into battle for the second time? If you do, we'll go. God says go. So they go to battle a second time, and the Benjaminites win again. I don't know about you guys. Maybe I'm just too spiritually immature. But if I asked God if he wanted me to do something 2 times, he told me to do it, and both times it led to me taking a loss, I would be questioning God in this moment. I would be very discouraged. But I believe that we could take from this story that we need to have faith in God even when we don't understand what he's doing. We don't understand exactly all that God is orchestrating in our lives, all that he has planned for us. And sometimes we experience things that make us doubt God's love for us, that makes us doubt God's wisdom and what he wants for our lives. Let's remember that God is sovereign. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is in this moment, and he is presently in the future. He knows more than we know. We have to remember to trust God even when we don't understand what he's doing. Even when it seems like we're losing, when we have God on our side, we're always going to win in the end.
So they go to God at the end of the second day and say, God, we don't know what's happening, but we need you to lead us. They go back to battle on the 3rd day. All of Israel versus Benjamin. And finally on the 3rd day, it's like injustice has finally been brought to justice. All of the Israelites just destroyed the Benjaminites. They slaughtered them. All of them. The entire tribe, except for, the Bible says, 600 people. 600 men are managed to escape this battle, and they leave and they hide in the woods, and they stay hidden in the woods for 4 months. If I was the author of the story, I'd be like, okay, well, this is kind of a nice conclusion to the story, and that is that. But the story actually continues. As disturbing as it's been so far, it actually gets worse. Tomorrow, we will bring you the final section of this really dark, disturbing story.